Mark Ogden reporting that Manchester United have stepped up their interest in Christopher Nkunku from Leipzig. Ralf Rangnick's recommendation, apparently. My first reaction to this is, and I think Nkunku's a phenomenal player, but if Rangnick recommended him, why didn't they make a move for him in January?
Yeah, I agree with that. To be 14 days into February and to be talking about main transfer targets when you just had the chance to go and get someone, it doesn't quite add up. And he's a very, very good player, and he probably would have helped Rangnick in this period here where he is, he's not the advisor, he's the head coach. So why take the advice of somebody who's potentially not going to be the head coach for the next season, even though he can benefit them? I don't understand what's going on.
It's, he would have cost a lot of money, and obviously Leipzig, but Leipzig are not having a great season.
Yeah.
And again, with they Jesse Marsch left, Tedesco came in, they're doing a bit better, but clearly they're thinking rebuild. Clearly they've monetized some of their better assets. You assume that and money supposedly never an issue at Manchester United.
How much is a lot of money?
I don't know. I would assume north of 50, 60, something like that.
You think that much? Yeah.
Well, he scores a ton of goals. He's a pressing machine. He's smart.
So he's a value then?
Yeah.
So it's no longer a lot of money if the value is
there. The timing of this is just all weird to me because United don't know who their next manager is. If prioritizing means, let's keep watching him on Y-Scout and, tracking him, sure. But until you decide who your next manager is, what I find extraordinary is they're talking about looking at this guy and that guy, and they don't have a director of football, and they don't have a manager for next season.
It's 1,000 ifs, and that's what's sort of dictating the stability of Manchester United at the minute. And it just makes no sense.
No, I love Nkunku. The one other thing I think is worth mentioning is Mark's reporting they see him as perhaps an alternative to Pogba, and how Pogba might be leaving. They're very different players.
Yeah.
Both attacking midfielder. Well, Nkunku is an attacking midfielder. He started out further back. He comes in from wide area. Sometimes he plays through the middle. He's, like I said, a lot of the praise comes from he's extremely hardworking, pressing machine, and scores goals. I don't think that that's necessarily Pogba's profile right now.
No.
And
has it ever been?
I don't know. It's certainly not in the eyes of a lot of media. So, Nkunku makes sense if you're going to change the way they play and keep Rangnick. If not, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think the Pogba thing is interesting because I think he's a brilliant player. But I think if he ends up leaving United this summer, I think one of the biggest questions I'll have to ask is, why did they never see the best of him? This is somebody who is fantastic, who, in my opinion, is World Cup winner. But why is he not? Why is it what's the best formation for this guy, and not one which sort of brings out the best in Pogba himself? But maybe I'm biased because I'm just a blue.
If you speak to the commentariat, they will tell you that it's all Pogba's fault.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.